Ave coders, you think AI writes the bugs. Google just shipped one whose entire job is hunting them. Disclaimer, 3 models dropped today. 2 are normal upgrades. The third is the one that made us sit up. The riddle, why would Google build a fast, cheap model and then refuse to let you have it? A model too useful to sell openly. When have you last heard a lab say that out loud? Stay. One is a speed bump, one is a security tool, one is why this blog post has a warning label. The other 2 models want your credit card. The third one wants your government ID. Different energy entirely. Root, the boring but good 2, then the gated one, then the exploit it wrote, then what it means. Act 1, the 2 normal upgrades. Good news, quickly, so we can get to the scary one. Gemini 3.6 Flash, better coding and agents, and 17% fewer output tokens. Faster and cheaper at once. Fewer tokens for the same answer is the one improvement your finance team actually notices. Applause from accounting. It also topped OS World at 83%, the benchmark where an agent actually drives a real computer. Useful, not flashy. The coding numbers moved too. Deep SWE from 37 to 49, MLE Bench 50 to 64. Real gains. 3.5 Flash-Lite is the speed demon, 350 output tokens a second, and it's rolling into search. A model fast enough to finish your sentence before you regret starting it. That's the Lite pitch. Lite jumped hard on agents. Terminal Bench went from 31 to 54. The cheapest tier quietly got very serious. Prices for the spreadsheet nerds. Flash is $1.50 in, $7.50 out. Lite is 30 cents in, $2.50 out. 2 solid, boring, cheaper models. Useful, forgettable, exactly what a normal Tuesday needs. Now the plot twist. One footnote before the twist. Gemini 3.5 Pro is in partner testing and Gemini 4 is pre-training. Act 2. The third model. Why does this one come with a velvet rope and a guest list? Gemini 3.5 Flash Cyber. Same base model, one narrow job. Find security vulnerabilities, validate them, and patch them. Most models are trained to be relentlessly helpful. This one was trained to be deeply suspicious. Genuine character development. The pitch is blunt. It beats Google's own Flash models at this, because it was tuned for nothing else. A generalist that knows a little about everything versus a specialist that knows one dark art cold. Guess who wins? It powers CodeMender, an agent that automatically hunts bugs and writes the fix. Autonomous patch pipeline, basically. The word autonomous is doing heavy lifting. It hunts, it fixes, and it never stops to ask permission. An AI that finds the bug and submits the pull request. Somewhere a security engineer feels the ground move. Picture the loop. Scan code, flag the vulnerable line, write a patch, test it, open the PR. Unattended. And here's the line that stopped us. It is available only to governments and trusted partners, on purpose. When a company gates its own product for safety, it's either marketing or genuinely dangerous. This one's the latter. Act 3. So why gate it? Because the exact same skill points in 2 directions at once. Finding a vulnerability to patch it and finding one to exploit it are the identical skill. Intent is invisible. The same lockpick opens your front door and the burglar's target next door. Google alone decided who gets the lockpick. This is why offensive security research is always touchy. The recipe to defend is the recipe to attack. Security folks have known this forever. What changed is the price of the knife dropped to basically zero. Their framing is honest. Give defenders a head start finding and fixing critical bugs while limiting broader misuse. Every powerful security tool ships with the same prayer. Please let the good guys read the manual first. The counter-argument is real though. Attackers will build this anyway. Gating your version mostly slows the honest researchers down. Locking the front door while the windows are open is still worth doing. It just isn't a force field. The general version still ships to everyone. CodeMender's core capabilities run on standard Gemini through the enterprise platform. Act 4. But is it actually any good? Or is this just security theater wrapped in a shiny launch post? On the V8 JavaScript engine, it found 55 unique confirmed issues. Mainline Flash found 47, Opus found 36. It also topped Big Sleep, Google's own vulnerability hunt across Chrome and Safari, beating both mainline Flash and 3.6. 10 of those bugs, nobody else's model caught. The specialist beat the generalists on their turf. Then the sentence that ends the debate. Google's team found a memory corruption bug in a production service. 2 hours. 2 hours to find a hole a human team might chase for weeks. The clock just changed sides. Read that sensitive production service detail again. Not a toy repo, not a CTF challenge. A real service people depend on. And it didn't stop at finding it. It built a working, reliable exploit that walked straight through the standard defenses. Finding the bug is the demo. Proving it end-to-end is the part that made everyone go very quiet. To be fair, Google did this internally, on their own systems, to prove the capability responsibly. Context matters. The scary elegance is the price. It's cheap, so you run it thousands of times, finding more paths each run. Act 5. So what actually changes for you and your codebase on Monday morning? Bug or no bug? Two futures branch here. Defenders patch faster than attackers move, or the capability diffuses and everyone races. Your legacy codebase, the one nobody dares touch, is now scannable by a tireless machine. Sleep tight. The optimistic read is genuinely good. Whole ecosystems of open source code could finally get the security review nobody funded. Millions of lines of critical open source maintained by 3 volunteers and a prayer could finally get a real audit. Practical read. The era of security through nobody looking is over. Cheap, tireless scanners now look at everything forever. Nobody reads your spaghetti code, you said. A model that scans 1 million times a day entered the chat. So the homework writes itself. Patch your dependencies, fund your audits, and assume someone's scanner already read your code. Stand-up one-liner. AI got seriously good at breaking software, and the tools are gating themselves. Watch the list. Verdict. Back to the riddle. Why gate a cheap model? Because cheap and fast is what makes it dangerous. The boring models make your app cheaper. The gated one rewrites who wins in security. Guess which matters. Zoom out. It's the decade story. Capability arrives faster than our rules for who should hold it. The capability ships on Tuesday. The policy debate about it schedules a working group for next quarter. Classic. Honest read. Google shipped a spreadsheet upgrade and a loaded weapon in one blog post and priced only one. So no, the new Gemini isn't just faster. One hunts exploits in 2 hours, and Google keeps the leash short. Smash that Imperial thumbs up, subscribe, and ring the bell.